Guys, I'm so freaking pumped to tell you that I have resigned from my 9-to-5 normie job. What does this mean? I am going all in on Crypto Poppy. Wait for my CPD Gen Studios to come out. Guys, Bored Apes, you changed my life. Guess what, boys? It's time to take the plunge. What's going on, guys? Crypto Poppy here and my man Benjamin Brand. And this is our first official episode of The Roadmap. This is something that we plan to do every Monday within reason. I mean, you know, Ben works as well. So, we'll try to sneak this in Mondays at noon within reason. But we're excited. We're excited to bring you some NFT content and crypto content. There's a lot of stuff going on. Before we get going, Ben, how are you today, my man?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are things going for you? I know you've been 2 weeks into
yeah, it's been
full-time crypto. Yeah,
I think 3 weeks. I can't.
Oh, 3 weeks now. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Actually, it was October 1st. So yeah, we've got exactly. This is my 3 weeks, 3 full-time weeks.
Nice. You loving it?
Yeah, it's been it's been a little bit crazy. Like I think the first week I went really hard and 20-hour days, and then by the second week I realized that's not sustainable. I didn't even take vacation after quitting my job, right? So it didn't really it didn't make sense. So I took a little bit easier last week, and I mean, just there's still a lot of stuff going on, so you can't take your eyes off of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, when it becomes a passion, it's hard to break away from it, right? So I could totally see that, especially when it's not something that you leave for, right? You're staying at your house, and it's something that you're doing daily. So time will definitely get away with you doing this stuff.
Yeah, nice merch, by the way. I'm gonna ask.
Oh, you like that? Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you about the dads soon. I've been collecting lots of merch these days. I love it. It's all I want to wear. I went with the Raptors today just because basketball's back, and so many of us come from the NBA Top Shot basketball scene. And anyways, so let's get to it, man. So I think we wanted to start and talk a little bit about the state of crypto, and I'm gonna show you a little, a few charts that I think are important. That I think you should keep in mind if you're degenning into NFTs this week. So let me share my screen here. And so, look, not financial advice as always. Unfortunately, I got to say that. But, I'm sure you've all been paying attention, and BTC hit a new all-time high on October 20th. It sort of came back down and is putting in a very nice green candle today, along with ETH is starting to make. So ETH didn't actually print an all-time high right around the same time the day after. In fact, what happened with ETH is it came within $10 of the all-time high, at least on the Binance on the Binance chart that I use. And I don't think it printed a new all-time high on any chart, really. This is typical of sort of cryptocurrencies. As they're making their way up, they'll test the all-time high, they'll come back down. They might test it one more time, come back down. But look, at the end of the day, like ETH, Bitcoin, Solana printed, by the way, a new all-time high today. It did maybe an hour ago. I was watching it. And crypto in general is very, very bullish right now. And so, we've already seen what bullish crypto can do to the NFT market over the last, I'd say, couple of weeks, where they're just, they just don't, the money typically flows from Bitcoin into ETH, into altcoins, and more recently over the last 6 months into NFTs. And you're very rarely going to see all of those go up at the exact same time. Especially, Bitcoin and ETH can sort of go up together, and the rest of the crypto market, the traditional crypto market, can go up together. But they usually still take their turns and they come in and go in waves. And so, look, this week, every chart I look at, even, I mean, this chart, this Dogecoin chart, by the way, guys. Again, not financial advice. This is a very bullish chart. Like nobody's paying attention to Doge right now. It is down like 65% from its all-time highs. Um, yeah, 65%. And nobody's paying attention to it. So I started to add a little bit of Doge to my bags because I love to buy stuff like this that's completely being ignored because this won't last forever. It just
It's
won't.
pretty popular coin too,
Yeah,
for it
exactly.
to, for it
Everybody
to not
loves
be
their meme
following.
coins, and
Yeah.
that's what I mean about waves. Like Shib went on a massive run because obviously Elon Musk was tweeting about it, but it all comes and goes in waves, and so if you're trading crypto, it's always good to take a shot at what is actually being ignored because eventually it will get a wave up. Um, it's just about guaranteed Doge will get a wave up, but that's not financial advice. So anyway, so look, things look really bullish. Bitcoin's probably going to make a new all-time high this week. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. ETH is getting ready to at least test the all-time high again. Maybe this time it'll succeed. And so look, if you're here because of NFTs, um, hell, we might be in for a little bit of an NFT winter over who knows, this could last another month. And so we recently had sort of this downfall in the NFT space in particular, and then it kind of bounced back up. So apes got down to 28 ETH, hit 35 ETH, and kind of stayed there. The cool cats went down to like 6. I think I saw some at 6. Then
Yep.
went up to like almost 10 and back down to 8. So my concern is this could very easily be a dead cat bounce for the NFT space. And we could be in for a little bit of rough times, but doesn't matter. Well, what you got to do is just strategize and stay liquid, guys. Like this is actually a really, really, really good time to be liquid. But anyways, Ben, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. So, I mean, you've seen some of what appeared to be like buying opportunities within the NFT space. And then um, like you said, it had raised for some, but some of the ones that aren't as popular kind of stayed on that low. Um, so it's kind of hard to judge them at this point. So whether it's a buying opportunity or if it's a actual dip that's going to stay, who knows? But we did see a rise in some of the blue chip NFTs, uh, and while ETH was rising, some of these buys were still going on. So I thought that was kind of a good sign. With Solana, so when you were looking at your chart there, it looked like on the Solana side, they didn't see the same dip that ETH and Bitcoin received, right? I'm not really seeing it there at the same time. So that's kind of promising for that coin, right? To not kind of follow the same path. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, look, Solana looks bullish as hell right now. It could easily get into price discovery this week. And you could see like if I was to actually do the TA like target on this because that's a like absolutely clear double bottom here, which means that you take this neckline. It's like you're seeing like that's actually, believe it or not, that's the technical target somewhere right above 300. um Massive gains like potentially coming for Solana. And I haven't been in the Solana NFT market long enough to know what that means for Solana NFTs.
has anybody though?
Right,
It hasn't been around that long, so it's
right.
definitely a new market, and it's kind of tough to judge those NFTs in particular because a lot of in the beginning it was copy and paste, right?
Absolutely.
And now they're having their own projects, so now it's hard to determine which are the blue chips and which ones are, just um, the normal NFTs that aren't going to probably survive.
Yeah. But it's hard to imagine that if Solana does break through here and goes on a massive pump, it's hard to imagine that the Solana NFT projects wouldn't be somewhat impacted, because we've seen that now with ETH. So that's really our only frame of reference,
Right.
where clearly things are still being priced in fiat value. Oh man, I was watching the apes when ETH was going up, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, and I swear, if ETH made it up like another couple $100, people were dropping their price a little bit to keep it at the same fiat value. It's
Oh,
like they
okay.
made up their mind, like, I want 200k USD, and and as long as I get that 200k, they were playing with the price of the apes against ETH. It was really interesting.
So instead of
So
saying ETH is ETH, whether it's 1 ETH or 5 ETH, it's still 5 ETH. They were saying, all right, USD wise, here's what here's what I want for my ape. I don't care what price. If ETH
yeah,
goes to 10 grand, then
yeah,
would they
I
really sell it for
I definitely saw a lot of
20
that. So there's
20
definitely
ETH?
enough people that are thinking that way. So, anyways, guys, so I'll tell you what I've been up to the last week, and love to hear, Ben, what you've been up to as well. Um, I got fairly lucky in that, sometime last week I sold one of my apes for 44 ETH. That was a big win for me, because I didn't actually have a whole lot of liquidity at that point. I was struggling with liquidity, if you're an NFT degen, you're constantly struggling with liquidity. It's hard to stay liquid, even though we all say to
Right.
do it.
Especially when you see the discounts going on, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and I say I got pretty lucky, because at the same time, that was a floor ape that I bought that just looked good, and that's been my strategy all along with the apes. Is anytime I do have liquidity and I see an ape on the floor that doesn't look like a floor ape, I'll buy it, and eventually, so far, somebody's always come and bought it for more than the floor. In
Yeah.
this case, it was actually a freaking gazillionaire that
Right.
bought my ape.
Yeah. Look just like them too, right?
It did. It
Yeah.
looked just like him. This guy's literally a billionaire. Okay, he was like one of the venture capitalist firms that invested in Coinbase, like, really, really, really early. So, he was talking about he made billions just on Coinbase.
Oh
I
man.
think
Yeah.
I think I think his firm is worth like 100 billion or something
Oh,
stupid. Like,
nice. Yeah.
the number was insane. So anyway, point being is I got a little lucky and I had some liquidity. By the way, when I sold that floor ape for 44 ETH, the floor was at 28 ETH.
Yeah.
So, what I didn't do though is buy another ape right away, mostly because I didn't see anything I liked. Most of the floor stuff right now, if you go look, it's crazy eye stuff. I just don't do crazy eyes.
Yeah. Well, diversifying is never a bad thing. So
Yeah, and so what I wanted to say is that, so what I did is I started to get back into some projects that I actually paper handed that I regretted. Number one being Cool Cats. So I only ever had one Cool Cat, and I paper handed it at 0.6 ETH. Yes, 0.6. And I kind of took this opportunity as a way of diversifying into some more blue chips, if you want to call them that, at least popular projects that during that big bull run made a big run up. And the Cool Cats have a great roadmap coming up with Milk in the roadmap. So, I thought it's time to get in there. So I got 3 Cool Cats. I also got Crypto Dad. Hey, Ben?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Another
They
project that
dipped
did well.
they dipped a little bit on once the moms came out. So I think they're still probably borderline half an ETH. Um, But
Yeah.
with any type of news, they could go up anytime. They move a little bit slower than some of the NFTs, but they are also a marketing company, so they're building up an actual brand. I think they have a headquarters right now in Denver, and then they're trying to get some of the branding stuff, like the coffee, the beer, things like that, in actual stores. So I think in real time that takes a little more time than NFT time, where you pumping out companions and things like that. Don't you necessarily have those ready to go a lot of times. And I think with the branding company, I think it takes a little bit longer because you got to find distributors and all that stuff.
Yep. So that's been my strategy, guys, is just sort of diversify back into some projects that I paper handed that are down heavily, that look like good buys. And I've been, yeah, I mean, the other thing I've been doing is trying to sell anything. I hate selling anything at a loss. I don't do it, actually, period. I don't remember the last time I listed something that was at a loss. Um, so I've been trying to sell things that are in profit, even if I'm kind of bullish on them long term. I am, if there is something right now that's in profit, I'd rather have the liquidity and take my profits now than not. And so the other project that Ben and I are huge on is, which is actually his PFP, is the Cayuse, and that brings me to a point I wanted to make. So it's hard to see on WGMI, but let me describe what I think the NFT marketplaces have looked like over the last little while. So DAO related things and DAO related NFTs, okay, fractionalizing DAOs and creating tokens out of them. For example, mutant cats, Cayuse, Halloween bears. What's another example, Ben? Any other ones that you're in?
Head. Well, I'm not in that.
Oh, DAO
Head
head.
Dow. Yeah,
Head DAO,
yeah, that
sorry.
one's doing it as well.
DAO head. Head DAO. So I know there's a lot of hate.
There's like toads, right? Some toads do it as well, and
Yep.
anonymize things like that.
Yeah. So generally speaking, those are up. So generally speaking, what I noticed is that they didn't actually tank along with like the blue chip PFPs. And if anything, maybe Halloween bears have been up and down a little bit. Mutant cats have been up and down a little bit too. But generally speaking, they haven't actually taken a tumble. And I think that is because it's the new exciting thing right now is basically the tokenization of NFTs. And I've said it on this channel before. Yes, there's a risk and the SEC and all that good stuff, but it's clear where people are putting their money right now, and it's in that direction. What's actually taken a massive hit recently is which is the opposite of maybe what I would have thought a month ago, is play to earn. I don't know how many play to earn games you're in, Ben. Are you in any?
No, I'm in one, but it's irrelevant. It's like Baby Battle Bots or something like that. So
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
yeah. I just kept it, right. I minted it, and I just held on to it. Figured something will happen because the floor dropped so low on it that it was stupid for me not to keep it.
Yeah. So you can't see it on many charts, unfortunately, because they're usually on Polygon. Any real game better be on Polygon, because you can't obviously put it on ETH with all of the transactions that are required. But to give you some examples, obviously Zed Run, Chicken Derby.
Oh yeah, I'm in those two as well. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Galaxy Fight Club. It feels like most of the things that I am in right now that are play to earn related, they've taken a big tumble. And why? Guild of Guardians as well. Their market, it's been maybe a little bit steady for a week, but it was dropping before that. So what does that say, guys? We're a bunch of degens, right? Like,
right.
you got the stuff that's like really long term, which most people agree, like play to earn is going to be massive over the next 6 months, is down heavily. And the stuff that everybody's saying, careful, risky, don't know if you should be investing in that, DAO related tokenized NFTs are freaking going up.
Right. Yeah, they're going nuts.
So I'm thankful that I'm in both, and that's just kind of the way I play this. Is I'm never in just one thing. I'm not a maxi of anything. So I wouldn't have expected that this would have happened, and it is. So where would I be looking right now? You know what? Play to earn is here to stay. It's here for the long term. The games will have their problems, of course. Not every game will survive, but many of these games are just going to start to come out with betas, alphas, videos of actual gameplay. and that's normally speaking going to push up the price. So if I were looking at opportunities right now, I'd be looking at some play to earn stuff.
Yeah, this is the first time within Zed where my horses are ready to breed, and I'm looking at the price charts and everything. Normally, what I'll do is I'll leave. I won't race my horses that I breed, and the ones that I do breed, I'll end up racing. So it's a little bit different for me, but for some people, I gotta imagine they're probably not even breeding because it doesn't look profitable from a chart standpoint. Right, you're going
Look,
to pay more to breed that horse than you're actually going to get for that horse if you try to sell them.
yeah, I tried today to so I looked at my Z horses today. I put like 7 up to breed, none of them bred. And a couple of them are decent horses. So uh uh, Zed is in Zed is probably at its lowest point for sure since I got in to NFTs in February. I don't think I've seen the state of Zed like this. And Kev asks, what's going to make Zed go up? And oh man, I'm a little bit I'm concerned for Zed. Um, I'm concerned because they they've created a game that is only fun. I've said this before. That is really only fun for those that have massive stables. I mean, I don't know about you, Ben, about the tournament. Did you get involved in the tournament they just did?
No, no, I do race a couple of my horses here and there, but I didn't get involved in that tournament.
I didn't either. I don't know why. It just feels like it's just everything is a losing proposition in Zed. Like unless you've got like an insane horse, I've done nothing but lose money on Zed. So why do I want to keep pumping money into an ecosystem that I can already tell not my horse isn't going to change. Like it's
Yeah,
not going to
that's
make me money if it's not making me money already.
I've got a horse that's pretty good at 2400, the 2400 race, but they end up moving it up a class, and then it was a shit show after that. So um, yeah, the only thing that I could say that would probably increase the value of Zed is that if they allowed people to start betting on the races, right, with that width.
Yeah, so that's kind of where my head goes is there has to be additional utility added to Zed for Zed to make a comeback. That's how I see it. The way the game sits today, I just don't know. And with them removing the odds, so it's you're not you used to be able to speculate on a horse by simply buying it or looking at its data, racing it, and you'd know, okay, well, I have a decent chance at this being a good horse or not based on odds. And with that being gone, who wants to buy a horse to race it 100 times to figure out if you have a bad horse?
Right.
Because mathematically speaking, you're probably going to have a bad horse. So
Yeah, and then I know they have a ton of free races, but the free races are kind of boring, right? Because then you have no stake in it, and
yeah,
you're just taking a loss for your horse for basically no reason. So yeah, it's
yeah,
it's tough.
and the free races, your horse is placing well or getting fire in a free race doesn't actually mean it's a good horse. You actually have to test it against good
Right?
horses,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Because a
they
lot
might.
of people who have good horses aren't gonna just jump in free races, right? So
So sorry, guys, if you came, to this channel to hear bullish stuff about Zed, I'm not bullish on it. Not right now. They got major, major problems. So to add to utility potential is like one of the things Chicken Derby's doing is they're creating a whole ecosystem and an actual metaverse for the chickens, and they announced some stuff around that this week. And they're doing airdrops, for example, for accessories that you can put on your chickens. They're also going to be a world where you can walk around with your chicken and do something with. There's actually some stuff in their Discord, a sketch that they made of the metaverse. So they seem to understand that you know the biggest flaw Zed has is that all you can do right now is run your horse, and you're either got a winner or loser, and 99% of us are going to have losers. So that's I mean, I think Zed has to make major changes
yeah,
before I'm bullish on it and I start to recommend it.
the biggest problem is they're almost like BlackBerry, right? Where they put out all their best stuff first, and then they don't have anything to go with it afterwards. So the problem I see there is like if you can't bet on the races as somebody like just watching the individual races, they've had so much time because they were first to the market to do so much more, and it just hasn't been done. That that there's people that are going to catch up to them at some point, and then what's going to happen then, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously it's been what 6 months, and there hasn't been outside of like skins and um, derbies. There hasn't been much else as far as
Yeah.
development goes. So
Yeah. So, in terms of the market, it's kind of a mixed bag, like we're describing to you, right? Like lots of play to earn stuff is down, lots of DAO tokenized stuff is up, and then a bunch of stuff in the middle. So there's good deals to be had right now, but I'd also do my best to stay as liquid as possible because there could be better deals coming up. I don't know what Goop Troop is. Do you know what it is? It's up
Goop Troop.
50% today.
No, I haven't heard of that one.
Never heard
What
of
is
it.
it? 0.15.
Yeah, went from point
Look
one
it
to
up
point
though.
one five.
Yeah.
Head Dow's been on a run.
Yeah, they,
Unfortunately, I sold mine, and staking started today for Head
yeah, that's
Dow.
what I was gonna say. Staking started, so that one was gonna be probably up to plus shampoos in there.
Yep. Shampoo. Oh my God, it's 0.84 now. I woke up and it was 0.7. I was like, I should grab one, and I
Well,
didn't.
they give you 5 tokens a day, and I think they're trading around $15.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's not bad, right?
it's one I'll get. I'll get back in. I paper handed one at 0.6, and then I was
Yeah.
like, I shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. Why'd I do that?
And what happened with mutant cats, right? They didn't want the same thing to happen to them as who was that? Creature toad, not creature toads, crypto toads,
Yep.
right? Crypto toads, where somebody took out all their liquidity and basically dumped the project. So they kind of put in some security around that, which required unstaking and restaking. And then after they did that, a lot of, I mean, it was probably around $130 to restake.
Yep.
So then, for whatever reason, that just tanked the price of the fish token. But they have a good roadmap around their project too. It's not just the DAO, right? I mean, a lot of these projects that are coming out like this, it's just the DAO. They're introducing breeding. The apes are creating serum that are going to be good for using the cats, right? The rumor is that they're going to go from like these mutant cats to normal cats with that serum. So then you'll have 2 NFTs out of it. So I kind of like where they're going with this. Plus, they have like 2 apes now, a Fidenza. Was it
Yep.
13 cool cats? So I don't know. I'm still bullish on this project,
Me
regardless
too.
of the floor price.
Me too. I know both of you and I got into this one together, and um, this is the pattern so far I've seen with the cats. So what I will say is, I feel like the community is a bit fickle, and you can see it in the volatility that these mutant cats have. They have been up as high as like 2.3, 2.5 ETH, and down as low as 1 ETH. And it feels like they do that almost like every week, or maybe every 2 or 3 days. They go down. They seem to have a floor. Actually, this is a pretty natural floor. You'll see some at like 1.1. I think I saw one at 1 ETH at one point. But and it's usually around. So they make an announcement, they go up, and then they don't make an announcement for a
Right.
couple of
Yeah.
days. They go down. There's like
Exactly.
I'm sensing fickleness in this community, and so if I see another one at 1 ETH or 1.1, I will buy it.
But if you look there, there's only 275 results, and then if you look at the
That's it.
staking, I think what are we at 90%?
Let's see. It's like, yeah, 90 over 90%, 91% of cats are staked.
See, so it's really a select few that are controlling the entire market for the mutant cats.
Yeah. So I've got three cats staked right now for 10 fish a day. What is fish at right now? It was at about here. It was at about $2.50 last time I checked. And Ben and I saw this all the way up to $10 for fish.
11. It was 11 at one point.
11.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good time to accumulate cats if you like the project. Then this is probably a decent time to start looking at the floor, because in the past they haven't gone much lower than this, and they've been here at these prices and then gone up all the way up to 2.3. Again, guys, none of this is financial advice. I'm just telling you, I'll probably buy one and sometime, maybe today actually. So yeah, so look, that's the interesting thing about all of these tokenization and NFTs is I don't know where these are going to be in 3 months. I have no clue. This is like the stash that I play with fire. Like this is the like it could be there's high risk and there's potentially very high rewards as well. Like look, a lot of these are doing what CyberKongs did. And CyberKongs has been massive. I mean, it's made people multimillionaires if they invested in CyberKong 6 months ago.
Right.
Just buying one or two, you'd be set. So I think
125 ETH floor, right? Yeah, you'd be pretty good.
So I think a lot of people are priced out of CyberKongs,
oh, yeah, for sure.
and we're all looking at what's the next one. And so, yes, we're playing with fire. No, not all of these Cailloux. Ben and I are probably the most bullish on Cailloux out of all of them. Am I right, Ben?
I am. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you use it as your PFP, so I don't think I need to ask you that question.
Right.
The Cailloux rock. Their token is R waste. The utility with their token is that you can use it. See, the difference with mutant cats and Cailloux is Cailloux already has utility with the token. So if you can get your hands on 750 R waste and 2 Cailloux, you can mint a baby Caillou. And this is whack, Ben. Can you explain something to me? I keep looking at this going, what are people doing? Okay, so these are so let's start with Genesis Cailloux. Okay. Where's the Genesis Caillou?
Yeah. Yep,
the Genesis Caillou floor is at 6.65, okay, which is bonkers because it was 3.4 ETH when I bought my first Caillou like a week ago. And then I paid 5.6 ETH for a neon Caillou.
Nice.
I don't know what that person was doing, literally threw it at the floor, and it's actually the rarest body. And they're pretty good looking too. And that's mine there, just in case somebody wants to. Oh no, sorry, that's mine there, just in case someone wants to overpay me. But anyway, point about the Cailloux is that the Genesis at one point were going for 4.5 ETH, and the babies were going for 4 ETH or 3.8 ETH.
Yeah,
why are people buying the babies? Like,
I mean, it's the same. That's the thing is they're so close to the CyberKongs, right? CyberKongs have babies too, and I don't think anybody has any idea what those do yet either. So
but the price difference is massive.
Yeah,
with CyberKongs and CyberKong babies.
Right. But with this, there was some confusion. Like I don't think people realize that there was babies out already. But man, I feel like if you're spending 3.5 ETH, like you're gonna do your homework, right? But it seemed like people weren't.
Yeah, and that's kind of, I felt like people were buying them thinking they were Genesis, because look, it's not that like these are all babies, but hey, here's a Genesis. I've started to pick them out easier, but they're not that.
Yeah,
they're not that. To someone new. Yeah. And to be clear, the babies have no known utility right now. But they are selling, and that floor is a true floor because people buy them every day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll be worth something in the future, and there's only a limited number of them, so it's not like they're going to be valueless by any means. It's just that currently we don't know what they do.
Yep. So at least 4 babies sold in the last 7 hours. So
yeah, it's weird they made the babies smoke.
So anyways, Ben and I love this project. It's high risk, potentially high reward. Sure, we've got big dreams that this could be the next CyberKong. Who the hell knows if it's really going to happen, but they seem to have their stuff together. And this has defied the bear market we saw over the last week, all these guys just have steadily gone up and not down. And so, another one that I'm looking at potentially picking up a third, but I hate buying a pump, so hopefully they come down. And so that's, guys, I mean, that's it for the DAO token stuff. It's, look, there's a lot of them right now. Take your pick, take your guess at which ones are going to survive. I don't know which ones are going to survive. Um, and I'm in head DAO. Well, I'm in no longer in head DAO. Will be soon. Um, and the rest I showed you. Jake asks, Top Shot, how are you feeling about Top Shot, Ben?
I don't feel bad. I mean, I feel good about it for the most part. It's more been just a hold for me, right? For the S3, I've tried to get. Actually, I got to run it backpack. I'm not eligible for the WNBA Legendary that's coming out, so I'll probably stay out of that one because I think you need quite a bit of. I think your score has to be pretty high to get into that. But if there's a pack out, I'll go for it. But as far as going in there and daily buying and selling moments, I really don't do that too much anymore.
Well, that's very similar to me. So I don't think I've said this on this channel, but I don't even log into Top Shot anymore. Not because I have any particular strong feelings towards it one way or the other. Um, but I I don't know. I'm not really having that much fun on the platform. So it doesn't. There's nothing that is bringing me to the platform to. It's like I've made my investments in it. They went down a lot. They've recovered somewhat. I did sell some of those that look like they went up more than they should. Especially some rookies that I had that were way up that I recently sold. I've got the Dapper sitting there. Probably will use it to buy packs, but I'm not actively buying and selling. I never was a seller anyway, but I'm not actively buying on Top Shot. Now, what I have noticed, I do look at the market cap all the time. And what's really interesting, guys, like if this is a trading chart, there is clear resistance at a billion in the market cap. Like, look, it's been a long time since we fell below a billion. When did we fall below a billion? May. Holy moly! It's been since May. Yeah, right there. April, actually. Sorry, April 4th. Wow, April 9th was the last time we were at a billion. And look at this. This has been a huge amount of time, at times much lower than a billion. And look, look, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Like, look, we were gonna hit a billion, boom, back down. There's major resistance going on. And sure, at some point, hopefully it crosses a billion. But I'm not really in a rush to get active on it right now.
Yeah, I'll always be in NBA Top Shot. I mean, it's actually what got me into the NFTs in general. It's like the gateway, and NBA Top Shot's the gateway.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I look at regular cards at this moment, right? The stuff that I have, I'll probably keep and kind of see what it does for the long haul. And there may be moments here and there that I'll flip, but um, I'm I'm probably just going back in when there's packs, and probably I like some of the rookies that are coming out this year. Um, so I'll definitely try to get some of those moments as well.
Yeah. So I compare. So one of the reasons why I sold out of Bitcoin and went into NFTs, Top Shot being first, um, is because I I I did start to see Bitcoin as that stable currency of the future. And if something is going to be stable, then there's going to be less money making opportunities. And Ben and I, we're traders, man. We're day traders. Like we're in and out of stuff every day, and we want to make money. We're not here to, at least I know I'm not here to just collect and watch something go down in price. I'm here to make money. And if you're watching this, and I hope you are too. And
Yeah.
so my thoughts around Top Shot is it is like the NFT, the Bitcoin of NFTs, where their goal is to create a platform that is accessible to everyone, that is not volatile, because I think Top Shot is a lot less risk adverse, so they actually don't like volatility. They don't like things to moon inorganically, because then they come right back down, and that's just inevitable, right? And so, you know, it's probably why I'm not like taking gains and putting back into Top Shot, because I think it's just, look at it. This has been stability for a long time now. Like, this has
Yeah.
been, look at this, just
Well, you look at
flat.
things too. Like if you look at cards in the real life, you don't open a pack and then there's a few cards in there that are. I mean, you might get a single rookie that may be worth $10,000 and whatnot here, but to have a bunch of cards from the one pack be worth $100,000 here and 20,000 there is not too realistic. So you may even just see them go. You see some of these moments go to numbers that are more realistic.
Right. Yeah. So hey, look, that's why I'm a degen, right? So Bitcoin, which is fairly stable, like I get into the stuff that's like really high risk, high reward. And that's
Yeah.
the only reason I'm not entertained. Basketball's back. I love it. I've watched at least 4 or 5 games since basketball was back. So I'm happy about that. But I'm just not, that's it. I just
Yeah.
collect. I guess I'm a true collector. That's
Right.
what it
Because
comes
the
down
big
to.
thing is, right? So say you bought NBA Top Shot right now and you just have your season ones and season twos. Fast forward, I expect the NBA Top Shot to fully the platform to stick around, and I don't see it going anywhere. So imagine 10 years by now, like your S1s and S2s are going to be the very first seasons that they were ever around, right? So the money that they're worth then is likely going to be very high. So it is one of those things where you could almost set it and forget it and go back to it, and it's still probably end up being profitable in the end. Not financial advice, but it just, to me, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And can I see S2 moments going up? Uh, not not because S3 is released. Like I don't see a correlation there. Just because S3 is released and it has more supply, to me doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, look, S2 should have gone up. Like everybody knew S3 was coming. Beef. So as they add supply with S3, I don't know. I see more of this happening. I see more of this steadiness happening. Will Top Shot get a run up again? Probably, but it's gonna have to be some like supply shock that happens where all of a sudden it goes viral again. 500,000, 1 million new users come into the space and they start buying up season one, season two, like series one, series two. That's other than that happening, I don't know. I don't see how this doesn't just stay stable. So I'm
Yeah,
banking
and then
on
with
stability.
NFL coming too,
Yeah.
like I don't know if that's gonna, for me. Like I love basketball, but I'm interested in the NFL. What they're gonna have, like the moments that they have in the NFL are much more memorable in my head than some of the NBA moments, like specific assists and things like that. So I think that's going to be huge for the brand itself, but I don't know if that's going to be big for NBA Top Shot, like because I think it's going to pull some of the users away.
Yeah. So yeah, so what is coming up this week, Ben, that where we do think we can make money, because that's why we're here.
Right, right.
So there's a number of projects coming up that are interesting. You wanna start?
Yeah, so I know one that's coming out is the Desperate Ape Wives. Um,
Yeah,
so that one, they're trying to kind of be like the female version of the Board Ape Yacht Club.
I love
So
this.
yeah,
It's hilarious.
yeah. So somebody had mentioned in one of the discords that this was going off early, and you could get on the whitelist and whatnot. So they have a whitelist release on the 26th. I think they gave some BAYC members early access as well. But they started to really get a following. Like I wasn't sure about the project. I'll normally just join any whitelist that I can and then decide afterwards. Um, but yeah, they got 13K followers, and when I looked on the Discord, they looked like they had a pretty decent engagement. So I think they'll do all right. So that's the 27th. So what is that? 2 days from now, Wednesday.
Yep, I agree. This looks like a sellout. And maybe even a gas war, depending. These might get minted heavily during the pre-sale,
Yeah,
the whitelist. So there might not be much opportunity. If I'm calling one that
no
will sell
gas
out
war.
this week, it's probably this one.
Yeah.
What else is on your list?
So the 838 dimensions.
Oh, I don't know much about this project actually. I know what you're talking about. Sorry, is it 888?
No, it should be 838 dimension. So let me see if I can.
There it is.
Is this the right one? No, that's not the right one. Let me send this to you.
Yeah, I don't know much about that one. Maybe put in the private chat. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. Well, I have the OpenSea up, but you can take a look at that.
All right, here we go.
So this one, in order to mint, you had to buy one of these passes. So they had a public pass, then they had a club pass, which you had to play a game for in order to get.
Yep.
And remember, I think we were talking about that before, where the game was actually like a lot better this time than it was previously. They have a series 1, which was Souls, and those have about a 3 ETH floor.
Wow.
So these they're going to be a little bit more, right? You got 3,838. But the only way to get them is the mint pass, and currently they're trading, I think, like 0.03 over mint costs for the pass.
That's not bad. Is it these guys?
Yeah, these guys. Yep.
0.03 over mint cost is not bad at all. Like if you're bullish on the project, right?
Yeah. So I got a couple of those. I end up getting in early, so I had the club pass. But really, there's no difference between the public pass and the mint pass. One you were or the club pass, because the club pass that's basically whitelist. Public, you had to kind of get in the gas war to get those.
And is it one pass, one mint?
Yep. Yep. And then also with the pass, I guess it gets you other things in the future. I don't remember offhand exactly what it is, but more or less what you're buying this for is just so that you can mint one of these souls. And they were giving me kind of Ghost vibes, as far as his art goes. Mm-hmm. So that's why I thought they were kind of cool. They got a pretty decent following. I guess with the low price over mint, we'll just have to see what happens with them. There's no guarantees here, but thought it was kind of cool.
Yep. I agree. I like it. The art, you're right. The art is, it just looks like the kind of art that people in the NFT space like. The only thing I would say is I might treat this as a flipping opportunity. I don't know how you're looking at it, but I don't know that I'm in. Is there? So they say 100% seeking game development. Is there a game?
There's supposed to be a game, and the game's pretty close. So the sword and the light, I guess those are going to be different. You see how each of these have a different, basically faction with them. It's supposed to give you, like, this guy might have strength, and this guy might have magic, things like that. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't know how close they are, but it felt like they were closer than most since you had to play the game to whitelist.
How was the experience of playing the game?
I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was a pretty cool game. There's obviously a quick way to get past some of the guys. Some people got through a little bit faster than others, and then once other people figured it out, it was pretty quick. You only had an hour to play the game and get on the whitelist.
Okay. Ziggy, it's hard not to be bullish on the NFL.
And for sure. It's like winning the lotto.
I think absolutely, if I can buy in early by being a Top Shot collector and having a fairly sizable collector score, I'm in. Like there is no doubt I am in on the NFL and Dapper, and I will absolutely put some of my gains in the NFT space into there for sure. Um, so yeah, okay, interesting. I like it, and I like that the pass is probably at what people paid with gas anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
like
people do that. I really
yeah, I
don't
don't know either.
understand
Yeah.
why people do that. I literally you mint something and you pay gas, and then you're selling it at the floor of what you just paid. Literally 5 seconds later, I can see
Right.
it. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah, and the thing is, like, a lot of people were buying the club passes at a lot higher rate than the public passes too for a little while there. I'm like, this makes no sense. Like, there's literally no benefit
And then they
besides
realize,
for one
oh,
got whitelisted and the other didn't.
yeah.
But
The other one that that is coming up tomorrow is shoes. And if you don't know what shoes is, I actually have an interview with the founder on my channel. So go check it out. And I think the art of shoes. Why is it not loading? I think the art of shoes is super dope, and I really like it. Again, you can go see it all on my channel. The price is point one. That's the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about. Is it's a hefty price to pay for the current, especially if you want to call this a bear market, which a lot of people are. So it might be a difficult, but look, the art is different. It's unique. It's dope. It's fashion. Um, I like these laser eyes, guys. Um, so keep an eye out on those. And my suggestion is, look, if they start moving, if they actually look to be a sellout, I'm definitely minting them because I think they got potential.
yeah, they look pretty cool.
Yeah. Um, and look, it's like a little bit like what Airwalk, the founder, compares it to is a little bit like House of Kiba. So the idea is that this is kind of your ticket, your entry ticket into lifetime of collaborations and airdrops. And so if that's the case, then point one really isn't that expensive, because that leads me to talking about something that's been on my mind, and that is this project. Are you in Zero X Vampire, Ben?
I'm not. I was, and then I kind of got out of it.
Okay. The
I did
interesting,
I did love the mint on this though. I have to say, it was one of the better
yeah,
mint projects that I've done.
yeah, that's right. It was very dope the way they did the
The
release,
drop, yeah.
the drop, and you had to go into the Discord and get a key to mint, and you could mint three at a time. It
Low
avoided gas
gas, right?
wars. Yeah,
Whatever they did to the contract, or I don't know what ETH token they used, but man, they made it super cheap for gas, even with going to that site and everything. So
yeah,
props to them.
yeah. So what's been on my mind about this project is, just to compare it to NFT shoes and their price. So what kind of annoyed me a little bit this week is that they announced their Zero X Hunter drop, and looks dope. I'm not gonna lie. Look, the art looks good. I mean, hey, it looks like sevens. It looks like some of the other copycat
On
projects that we've
ones,
seen.
yeah,
On ones. Yeah, on one's kind of the OG. Seven's copycat, and then Zero X kind of copied that.
yep.
But regardless, the art is dope. It looks pretty sick, and there's supposed to be a game. Like, look at that. I actually love this guy. I think
Oh yeah, that
super,
is cool. I like that background too.
really good looking. Um, but what they did with Zero X Hunter is that if you own, for every three that you own, you get to mint one, and it's actually not even like that. So I have 12. I have 12 Zero X vampires, and I only get to mint three for free. And so, then I start questioning things like this, because if you're gonna have Zero X, if you're gonna have other projects give you, like, for example, the apes gave us free dogs, they
Mhm.
gave us free mutants, and that was a significant amount of money that you got if you had an ape and got a dog and got a mutant.
And the serum, right?
And that's what I mean. The serum, they give us
Yeah.
free serums to do what we wanted
Create
with
the
them.
mutants, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of a little bit upset that they didn't go this route of, and so you can see it. So what happened? Well, the floor didn't move. And normally when you see this drop is a good announcement. This should have made the floor move. But it didn't because, you need 3 and I think you need 6. You need 3 for 1. I can't remember. But trust me, you're not getting, I know with my 12, I'm only getting 3 free men. So that's not
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not every 3. It's like I can't remember how they came up with the math, but I know that I only get 3. So yeah, I kind of like projects that reward their OG holders, and these guys aren't really doing that. It would have been super dope if all of these were 1-to-1. You get to mint one for having one, and let the
Right.
secondary market dictate, how much money you make, because you've already raised. This was what was this, a 0.08 project?
I don't remember.
I can't even remember, but you've already raised a ton of money. I mean, come
Right.
on.
Right.
Like,
Plus
really?
secondary sales.
You've
Yeah.
raised millions. You sold out. You need more millions for what? What are you gonna do without more millions? So
Give away Mustang.
I mean, staking. My God, like free projects have done staking.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. So I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on this now. I'm not loving what happened here. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, maybe look, create a next level game. A lot of the games coming out are almost like Nintendo style games, or Sega style games. It'd be interesting if they came out with like one of the legit style games like that we're seeing now with the PlayStation and PlayStation 5 and all those. So who knows?
Another project I'm in right now that is doing incredible things is BYO Pills. Are you in this, Ben?
I'm not in that, but I did see some of the avatars of the sneak peeks that they were showing.
Yep.
And they look pretty amazing, actually.
You can tell legit projects from non-legit projects, and these guys have partnerships going. They're building a metaverse, a game. Actually, they announced today that you can now use your pills in the Galaxy Fight Club game. So they're working hard, man, and they tease something every day that looks mind-blowing in terms of just graphics and effort that they're putting into it. So it's definitely one that I really like. And as a trader, it's one of the things that I'm up on big right now, because not only did we get these pills, but we got the keys, and the keys were like a half an ETH, and we got those keys for free. So
that's awesome.
And so I'm struggling. Like I think I might sell a few just to get some profits now, especially if we're going to be bear for a little while. But
it's tough to project.
What's anything taking like major losses right now? Let's see. Fuck crystals.
Oh yeah, I mean gutter as a whole seemed to take
Let's talk about gutter for a sec. But fuck crystal, I don't know what's going on with that, because man, those were popular, really popular.
Yeah, I think it's just at some point you're like, there's so much utility around the F crystal, and it's hasn't been released. Like, how long do these people have to wait?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I bought this thing because there's supposed to be all this utility and everything else around it. Burned one of my, paintings and all that. So, and then nothing for 6 months.
I will definitely buy a winter bear very soon.
Yeah, they're getting to the point where it seems like it's going to be worth it. I like the buff ones.
I cannot believe how far down these guys have dropped. I never got in because I don't buy pumps. Thank God, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
With that policy of not buying pumps. So now I'm looking at them going, okay, this is starting to look like a time where I might want to buy one. Why is that at 0.24 and the floor's at 0.28? That's probably a bugged one, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to try and buy that right now off screen while we do this. But
no, I try to stay that same path as you do, but just with I felt like Kaiju and the mutant cats, right? They were kind of mid pump when they're buying in, but the utility behind them will sometimes change my mind.
Yep. Yep. So that's kind of like that's our strategy is guys is like I will often look at what's down hard and I am way more likely to buy that than basically buy something up here. Like if something's up 50% in a day, I will go look at what Goop Troop is because I'm curious.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm more
I
than
meant to
likely
do that
not going to
actually.
buy it though.
No,
Like head down, I'm not buying it at 0.84. Don't get me wrong. It could go easily to 1 ETH. It's got Shamdu, a big influencer behind it.
yeah, they got a ton of stuff in their DAO too, I believe.
Ton
But
of stuff.
oh,
Yeah.
just Goop Troop looks like head DAO. There's like almost no difference apparently when you look at these things.
And so I will often look here. Winter Bears, look, they've got Arctic and they've got Shamdu as well. Like they got big influencers. They're cute
Right.
too. I actually think they're really cute.
Yeah, them and Fox Fam. If Fox Fam drops a little bit lower, like I'll probably buy into them as well because they look like a decent project with these decent influencers.
So Ziggy, to answer your question, um, I if it doesn't turn into a major gas war, I'm gonna be minting the Ape Wives for sure. I think
It,
actually I'm in the pre-sale because of my BIYC. I gotta go confirm. I think I did it. I think I'm in.
yeah, the
But
beautiful thing with that is like he'll be able to see what the floor is at, right? I mean, that'll give you a good indication too. So
yeah.
you'll be able to see what the pre-sale mints are going for and whether it's worth it to go in at that point.
So yeah, if you can afford it and it doesn't get stupid with gas, I do think they have potential to even go a little bit viral after reveal. You might see a bunch of female apes.
Right.
I think there's potential there. I would take a gamble on some there. The other one actually that I need to get into is Subducks. That's one that I haven't gone into
Oh
yet.
yeah, they dropped pretty hard too.
They did. They had a
Oh,
nice
actually,
drop.
they're up. When they actually dropped to, they were out 1.3 at one point, and that's actually when I was thinking about getting in. But looks like they're back up a little bit now.
Yeah. Again, those are not quite blue chip, but I think I consider them kind of like the next tier down from blue chips. And did I pick up that winter bear? I think I might have.
Oh, I have to jump
Oh,
off for a meeting.
all right.
All right,
Guys, oh
sorry
my
about
god,
that.
it's 1 o'clock. We're sitting here
Yeah,
rambling. Love it. Ben, thanks for stopping by, man.
yeah. Thanks for having me.
Guys, we're gonna make this a regular thing every Monday at noon. Ben and I are gonna ramble about what we did the week before, what we're doing this coming week, what we're bullish on, what we're bearish on. We just everyday traders around here and happy to share whatever knowledge we have. And remember, never take that as financial advice. So, guys, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe, hit the like, and we'll see you next time. All right.
All right,
Thanks for
thanks,
stopping
guys.
by, checking out.
Bye.
Peace.